Good morning, students. In earlier class, we have seen how the design of IC engine cylinder is done. So let us go through the brief review. So here, the design of IC engine can be done by means of in the sequence of 4 steps, which starts from. So first step, you need to calculate cylinder bore. And length. And in the second step, so we need to calculate thickness of cylinder walls. So along with the cylinder wall, we can also calculate the thickness of cylinder liner as well as the thickness of cylinder water jacket and water space. And then in the third step, we can calculate thickness of flange. And size of bolts or studs. And in the final step, so we need to calculate thickness of cylinder head. So here the total design process can be taken in the form of these sequence of steps we need to remember. So which starts with cylinder bore and length, and the thickness of cylinder wall, and the thickness of liner, thickness of water jacket, and thickness of water space. And next we need to calculate thickness of flange, and then size of bolts and nuts. And step 4, you can calculate thickness of cylinder head, and can also finally check for leak proof. So you need to check whether the calculated design joint is a leak proof joint. So in order to avoid the leakage between the cylinder head and block. Clear? So let us go through the brief review of design of cylinder. So how the design process is carried out, so that we discussed in earlier class. Let us see the simple review or recap of that. So first of all, you can start with the cylinder bore and length. So here the cylinder bore and length. So initially you can start with the cylinder bore. So that is diameter of the cylinder is going to calculate. So based upon the power that generated inside the cylinder, that we call it as indicated power. So it is given by IP. So we know that the indicated power is given by PL by 60. So where PM is indicated mean effective pressure, so IP is indicated power, so L is the length of stroke, and A is the cross sectional area of cylinder, and N is the number of power strokes per revolution. So that is depending upon the type of strokes, either it is a 2-stroke engine or 4-stroke engine. So in which so the indicated power is to be calculated from mechanical efficiency. So indicated power is calculated from mechanical efficiency, that is mechanical efficiency equal to BP by IP. So where so mechanical efficiency, if it is in the problem, if it is given, so indicate mechanical efficiency can taken as 80 to 90%. So you can assume the mechanical efficiency, so 80 to 90%. So from that, using that the brake power is known, we can calculate the indicated power, and that can be substituted in the equation. And the mean effective pressure that can given in data, and L is the length of stroke. So here the length of stroke is unknown, so that the length of stroke can also be taken in terms of cylinder bore. So it can be ranging from 1.25 D2, so 2 times of diameter, so that the length of stroke can be substituted in terms of diameter, and the area, so that is capital A. So it is a cross section area of cylinder pi by 4 D square, and N is number of power strokes, that is equal to N for 2-stroke engine, and it is N by 2 for 4-stroke engine. Clear? So by substituting all the values in the indicated power, so we can calculate the cylinder bore. So after calculating the cylinder bore, capital D, so we need to calculate the length of cylinder. So length of cylinder can be, the total length of cylinder can be given by, so that is along with the stroke length, the 15% of the stroke length is taken as a clearance volume, so that So length of stroke plus 15% of stroke length is given as a total length of cylinder, that is 1.15 times of L. Clear? So initially, we need to calculate diameter. So from this indicated power equation, capital D. So indicated power, from that you can calculate capital D, and the length is calculated by means of 1.15 times of L. Clear? And coming to the second step, we need to calculate the cylinder wall, thickness of cylinder wall. So here the cylinder is subjecting to the circumferential pressure stress as well as the longitudinal stress due to the combustion process, as well as the stress due to radial thrust by means of the piston movement. So here comparing to the circumferential stress due to the maximum gas pressure, so the radial stress, that is the stress due to the radial thrust, that is side thrust of the piston, is very much negligible, so that the side stress due to the side thrust is neglected. So that so here the thickness of cylinder wall is calculated by considering it as a thin cylinder. So that so the thin, using the thin cylinder equation, so thickness of cylinder wall is calculated by PD by 2 into sigma C or sigma T. So plus the reboring elements you can also need to be calculated. So here where P is the maximum gas pressure and D is the cylinder bore, that is calculated in step number 1. So and then sigma C is a circumferential stress or the longitude, that is a permissible stress for the cylinder wall material, that is depends upon the type of material. So here the sigma C for thickness, for calculating the cylinder thickness, is taken from 30 to 100 megapascal. So as well as here the maximum gas pressure is unknown. So we know that the mean pressure, but the maximum gas pressure is unknown. So that the maximum gas pressure can also calculate using the mean pressure. So that is so maximum gas pressure is given by 8 times of mean pressure to the 10 times of mean effective pressure. So cylinder bore is known, and sigma T can take it between the range based upon the type of material. Either it is a cast iron, you can take 30 to 50, or if it is a cast steel, you can take it from 50 to 100 megapascal. And C is the reboring elements, so that based upon the cylinder bore, so it will be ranging from 1.5 to 12.5 mm. Clear? So from that I can calculate the thickness of cylinder wall. So later on, along with the thickness of cylinder wall, we can also calculate thickness of liner as well as thickness of jacket and thickness of water space. And all these three thicknesses are going to calculate using the empirical relations. So here the thickness of liner is calculated by 0.03 times of D2, 0.035 times of D. So and thickness of jacket is calculated by 0.032 D plus 1.6 mm, and thickness of water space is calculated by 0.08 D plus 6.5 mm. So using these empirical relations, we can calculate the thickness of liner as well as the thickness of jacket, water jacket, and finally thickness of water space. So up to this extent, so that is the step number 2 is completed. So after that, you can calculate the thickness of flange and size of bolts. So here for calculating the thickness of flange, again the thickness of flange can be calculated using the empirical relation. So that is the thickness of flange TF is given by empirical relation, which is ranging from 1.2 times of T to 1.4 times of T. So using this equation, that is a range, we can calculate the thickness of flange, and then size of bolts is going to calculate. So here the size of bolts, that is the nominal diameter of bolts or studs or core diameter of bolts and studs, is calculated by equating maximum gas load acting inside the cylinder by means of pressure that comes out from the explosion process equated to that is the opposing force of the bolts. So that is a tensile strength. So we need to equate the maximum gas load to the maximum tensile strength of all number of bolts. So that is given by maximum gas load is given by pi by 4 D square into P. So that equal to pi by 4 DC square into sigma T into ns. So where pi by 4 dc square into sigma t is the tensile strength for single bolt, we need to consider all the number of bolts used to assemble the head and block, so that we can take number of bolts or studs ns. So here diameter is already calculated and maximum gas pressure is already known, and dc is to be calculated, and sigma t is based upon the material. So here sigma t or sigma tb, tensile strength of bolt material, can be taken as 30 to 80 megapascal or 30 to 100 megapascal in some of the cases. I can take for based upon the type of material of the bolts. So and then ns is the number of bolts or studs are going to use, so that also need to be calculated using the proportion 0.01d plus 4 to 0.02d plus 4. So using this relation, we can calculate number of bolts or studs required to assemble the head and block. So from that we can calculate dc. So after that, nominal diameter of the bolts d can be calculated by using the relation, that is nominal diameter is given by dc by 0.85. So using that, we can calculate nominal diameter of bolts. So that is what the size of bolts, the step number 3. And finally, the thickness of cylinder head is going to calculate by considering it is a simple thin flat circular plate, and it is calculated using the relation. So that is a th, thickness of head is given by d root cp by sigma th. So where again d is the cylinder bore that is calculated, is known, and c is the constant value here, so that the value of c is 0.1, and p is the maximum gas pressure is known, and sigma th, the sigma th value is taken from 30 to 50 megapascal. So that up to this extent we calculate all the dimensions that are required to give for design of cylinder. But after calculating all the dimensions, we need to check whether our design joint is a leak proof joint or not. So for that reason, we need to calculate the pitch circle diameter of bolts. So here the pitch circle diameter of bolts is calculated by means of empirical relation again. So dp is given by d plus 3 times of d, that is small d, nominal diameter of bolts. So after calculating the pitch circle diameter, we can also need to calculate the pitch circle, that is a pitch is need to be calculated. So pitch is given by pi dp, that is pitch circle diameter, by number of bolts or studs, pi dp by ns. So here our calculated the value of pitch should be within the range of 19 root d to 28.5 root d. So our calculated pitch of bolts or studs should be within this range, then only the joint is leak proof joint. Clear? So here it is a total design of cylinder, so which are having the sequence of from bore, length and thickness of cylinder wall t, and the thickness of flange and size of bolts, that is a tf, and a number of size of bolts dc or d. And finally you can calculate the thickness of cylinder head, and then I can check it for the whether it is a leak proof joint by calculating the pitch. So that is by calculating the pitch circle diameter d plus 3d. Clear? So that I can calculate all the dimensions for the joint, and finally you can check with whether it is a leak proof joint or not. Clear? So let us proceed with an example problem for design of cylinder. So okay, let us see the problem for example problem for design of cylinder. So here it is a 4-stroke diesel engine. So having the specifications are given. So the specifications are brake power is given in the data. So here the brake power is denoted by BP. So the value is 5 kilowatts. And then speed of the engine is given. So that is at 1200 RPM. And then so indicated mean effective pressure. So it is denoted by P suffix M. So that is 0.35 Newton per mm square. So this is a 3 data used to design for these specifications. We need to design an IC engine cylinder, sorry. So here, as I stated, that the design of IC engine cylinder is going to start with the cylinder bore. So that is going to calculate using the equation of indicated power. So as in the problem, is it given the indicated power? Is it given the indicated power? No. So they mention only a brake power. So we need to find out the indicated power first in order to calculate the diameter of cylinder. So how do we calculate the indicated power? So from the brake power, so it is calculated using the mechanical efficiency. Is the mechanical efficiency is given? So it is not given in data. So as I stated that if it is any data is not given in the problem, so we can assume it. So here the mechanical efficiency is not given. So I am going to assume the mechanical efficiency as 80%. So we need to state clearly, so whatever the data we are going to assuming, so that data need to be stated clearly, so whether it is assumed data or given data. So this is the given data, so we need to assume the mechanical efficiency as 80%, so that is 0.8. clear? So first of all, I can calculate the brake power. So from mechanical efficiency, so brake power is given, sorry, we need to calculate indicated power. So mechanical efficiency equal to BP by IP. So from that brake power is known. So and mechanical efficiency is assumed as 80%. So from that I can calculate, I need to calculate the indicated power, IP equal to BP by mechanical efficiency. So what is the value of BP? So that is 5 kilowatts. So that is 5 into 10 cube. So divided by, and the efficiency is 80%, 0.8. So let us calculate the indicated power. So what is the value of indicated power? So it is given by 6250 watts. So that indicated power is calculated. So first of all, you need to calculate in the design, that is a cylinder bore. So clearly we need to mention in the side headings. So cylinder bore, that is capital D. Clear? So here you need to write the statement clearly. Diameter of cylinder capital D, excuse me, diameter of cylinder capital D is calculated, or it's determined from the power developed inside the cylinder, that is indicated power. So what is the equation of indicated power? IP equal to PM ln by 60, PLAN by 60. So here, so his PM is given, so that is given in data, so 0.35. So but L is known, so is whether the length of stroke is given, so it is not given in data. So you can take L in between, again it is an assumption. So length of stroke is taken in the range of 1.25 D to 2D. So here I am taking as 1.5 times of diameter, so it is also assumption. So as whatever the values I am assuming, I am clearly stating it here. And the area is pi by 4 d square, and n, it is a 4-stroke engine, we can take n equal to n by 2. So I can substitute here, it is a 1.5 times of d. So again it is area in terms of diameter, and the area should be, so that is 600 divided by 60. So from that I need to calculate, so you need to calculate the diameter of cylinder capital D. So if you can calculate the bore, so using these values, so if you want to change the length of first stroke, you can change. So the ranging is between 1.25 D to 2 times of D. If you want to vary the stroke length, you can vary. so that the diameter can also varies based upon the assumed value of stroke length. So here, as per my assumed value of stroke length, the diameter I may get is 115 mm, 115 mm. Clear? So, and then after calculating the cylinder bore, we need to calculate length of cylinder. So in order to calculate this total length of cylinder, first of all, you can calculate length of stroke, that is 1.15 times of so that is 1.5d. So length of stroke need to be calculated. So length of stroke L is given by 1.5 times of d. So and it is given by 172.5 mm. And using the stroke length, so from the stroke length, we can provide a clearance on top and bottom side as a 15% of stroke length, so that the total length of cylinder that is denoted by capital L is given by 1.15 times of stroke length. So and it is given by 198 mm, and this will be make it as 200 mm. So that is a first step in the design, that is a cylinder bore and the length of cylinder capital D and capital M. Clear? And next let us calculate the thickness of cylinder wall. So that is a small t. The next step, you can calculate the thickness of cylinder wall. So again, for calculating the thickness of cylinder wall, we need to mention so how the cylinder wall is going to calculate. So that is so here the thickness of cylinder wall is calculated by considering it as a thin cylinder. So we need to write a clear statement. It is considered as thin cylinder subjected to circumferential stress, then thickness is determined by using thin cylinder formula. So that is T is given by PD by 2 sigma c. So here in the data, so diameter is calculated. So that is capital D is given by, that is 115 mm, and P is the maximum pressure that is not given in data, only mean effective pressure is known. So again I am going to assume the maximum pressure as 9 times of mean effective pressure. So 9 times of mean effective pressure, and sigma c is also not given. So I can take the circumferential stress for the cylinder wall material as 50 megapascal, 50. So and then plus c. So that is a reboring allowance, we need to mention it. So PD by 2 sigma c plus c. So you can substitute all the values here. So c is based upon the cylinder bore, you can take it from data book, and sigma c is assumed value, and p is 9 times of mean effective pressure. Then the thickness of cylinder wall is given by 3.62, and it can take it as 4 mm. So that is the thickness of cylinder wall. Along with the thickness of cylinder wall, you can also need to calculate thickness of cylinder liner, as well as water jacket and water space. So all these thickness values can be calculated or determined or calculated by using empirical formulas. So that is thickness of liner First one, thickness of liner T suffix L is given by the value that is 0.03 to 0.035 times of D. So I can take 0.03D. So I am taking 0.03 times of D. So it may be getting the value of around again 3.86 mm. So I am taking this as an 4 mm. And then thickness of water jacket. So that is Tj. So it is given by 0.032 D plus 1.6 mm. So this value it is given by 5.2 mm, and thickness of water space Tw is given by 0.08 D plus 6.5 mm, and this value is given by 17.7 mm. So this is the second step in the design process, that is we are going to calculate that. So one is the thickness of cylinder wall. So it's calculated using the thin cylinder formula. So in that I can assume the value of sigma C and then maximum gas pressure P from the mean effective pressure, and the thickness of liner and thickness of water jacket and space are calculated using the empirical relations, that is 0.03 D to 0.035 D, and thickness of water jacket 0.032 D plus 1.6 mm, and thickness of water space is given by 0.08 D plus 6.5 mm. And later on we can calculate the thickness of flange and the size of bolts. Next we can calculate the thickness of cylinder flange and also size of studs or bolts. So this is the third step need to calculate. So in which so the thickness of cylinder flange, again I can calculate using the thickness of flange is calculated using empirical relation. So that is a TF is given by ranging from 1.2 T to 1.4 times of TA. So I can take 1.2 T, and the thickness of flange is given by 1.4 mm. So you can calculate it. So or you can also take the range. So whatever the value if you want to take, you can take 1.25 or 1.3 or 1.35 T. So based upon the thickness what you are calculated in earlier step, so the thickness of flange is going to come. So and then the size of bolts is calculated. So here the size of bolts, nominal diameter and the core diameter of bolts is calculated by considering so that is by equating the total gas load in the cylinder equated to the allowable tensile strength of all the number of bolts. Clear? So that can also need to be mentioned here. The size of size of bolts or studs are determined by equating maximum gas load due to maximum gas pressure to the tensile strength of all bolts. Clear? So here the maximum gas load W is given by, so that is area, cross sectional area of cylinder pi by 4 D square into maximum gas pressure, that is a maximum gas load W. And coming to the tensile strength of all bolts, that is so pi by 4 DC square, core diameter of bolts. into tensile strength of bolt sigma TB. It is a tensile strength of one bolt or stud, so multiplied by total number of bolts or studs. So if you can equate all these two equations, so from these you can calculate the core diameter of bolts DC. So here the diameter of cylinder is known, capital D, and maximum gas pressure is taken, and then sigma TB is not given in data. So here I can again assume so the tensile strength of bolts, so sigma TB, I am here taken the tensile strength of bolts as 65 megapascal. Clear? And then NS is also not given, so you can take NS as 0.01 D plus 4. So this may be given a 5 number of bolts. Sorry, 5.5 around. So I can take it as 6 number of bolts I may get. So by substituting the values of NS as well as sigma TB of assumed value, and these are bore as well as the pressure is known, so you can calculate the core diameter of bolts. It is given 12.5 mm, so I can take this as a value of 14 mm, and the nominal diameter we need to calculate after that. So nominal dia of bolts D is given by DC by 0.85 or 1.2 into DC. So this may be, you may get 16.5, so I can take M18 bolts, that is M18. So that is the size of bolts or studs I can calculate. So that is step number 3. After that you can need to find the thickness of cylinder wall, that is step number 4. So thickness of cylinder head denoted by TH. So again here during calculating the cylinder head we are assumed the thing that the cylinder head is considered as a simple flat circular plate, that need to be mentioned here. So it is considered as flat circular plate. So on that the TH is calculated by D root Cp by sigma TH. Again C value of C is constant, we know that the pressure is known and D is known, but the tensile strength for head material is not given, that you can assume here. So here I am assuming sigma TH as 42 megapascal, that is 42 Newton per mm square. Clear? So using substituting all these values, so I may get the thickness of head as 10 mm. Clear? So this is the dimensions, all the dimensions, which starts from diameter, length and thickness of cylinder wall, thickness of liner, thickness of water jacket, and thickness of water space, and thickness of flange, and then size of bolts or studs DC and D, and finally the thickness of head. So and after calculating all these dimensions, we can also need to calculate the pitch circle diameter of bolts. Pitch circle dia of bolts or studs. So and it is calculated by dP equal to D plus 3D, and this value is given by 157 mm. So after calculating pitch circle diameter, we need to check the pitch value, so that so the joint is a leak proof or not, that you need to check. So the pitch is given by the pitch of bolts or studs, so is given by, so circumference of pitch circle by number of bolts or studs. So the value of pitch by substituting all these values, it is given as 82.2 mm. So we need to check these value of pitch with the minimum pitch as well as a maximum pitch value. So our calculated pitch should be within the range of minimum and maximum, that is 19 root D is a minimum pitch value and the maximum pitch is 28.5 root D. So if our calculated pitch should lie in between that, so that the joint is leak proof. So let us check whether it is in the range or not. So minimum pitch value, so minimum pitch is 19 root D, So that is given by 71.1 mm, and the maximum pitch is 28.5 root D, and the value is given by 106.6 mm. Clear? So that I can check. So the calculated pitch value 82.2 mm. So that is lie in between the minimum and maximum value, so that it is not less than the minimum pitch and not greater than the maximum pitch. So that our given design, whatever the design we are given for the cylinder, for the given specifications, it is not a leak proof joint. So clear? So finally you can clearly mention here the point. So in order to provide a leak proof joint, the pitch should lie in between what? In between the minimum and maximum pitch. So our calculated pitch is in between the value, so the joint is leak proof. That you need to clearly state after completion of the design. So after finding out all the dimensions for the design, we can also clearly state or clearly describe all the dimensions in a tabulated form. So after completion of the calculating all the dimensions, you can simply tabulate it. The cylinder bore D equal to 115 mm, and length of cylinder L equal to 200 mm, and thickness of wall T equal to 4 mm, and thickness of liner 4 mm, and thickness of water jacket, that is 5.8 mm, and thickness of water space some 12 mm, like that. Thickness of flange 4.8 mm, and then diameter of bolts, nominal diameter is 18 mm, and then pitch of the cylinder, thickness of cylinder head 10 mm, and finally the pitch circle and the pitch values you can mention it clearly in a tabulated form, so that it will give a clear idea regarding the design. Clear? So this is how the design of a cylinder is going to perform. In the very next class we can see so how the design of a piston is going to do. Clear? Thank you.